Good evening. I'm Amanda Hasley, Director of Athletics at Niagara County Community College. It is my honor to welcome all of our student athletes, coaches, administration, and loyal supporters to the 2020-2021 Thunderwolves Awards Night. NCCC was one of the few colleges in New York State to compete in all of their sports this year. That was only made possible by the support of our administration, hardworking coaching staff, determined student athletes, and dedicated fans, and I am here tonight to thank you all for that. During the 2020-2021 academic year that looked very different for most of our student athletes, our goal in athletics was to offer them opportunities and put together some sort of normalcy for them. And with the hardware our teams brought home, I would say we were successful in doing just that. In April of this year, NCCC won 3 regional titles in one weekend. NCCC Wrestling started the winning streak, winning their 24th regional title, had a wrestler crowned District 1 Most Outstanding Wrestler, and earned another Coach of the Year award. That same weekend, women's basketball won their 3rd consecutive Region 3 Division II championship, awarded one of our own, Region 3 Player of the Year, earned the program's 6th All-American, and celebrated a Coach of the Year award. The same day, men's basketball earned their 6th Region 3 Division II championship plaque, awarded our own Region 3 Player of the Year and Coach of the Year, and celebrated the program's 7th All-American. And then, just a few weeks ago, 2 more teams won regional titles on the same day. NCCC Golf won the program's 2nd consecutive championship and crowned one of our own Region 3 medalist for the first time ever. Our golf team is headed to the NJCAA National Tournament in Chautauqua in early June. And lastly, NCCC Baseball will make the program's 6th NJCAA World Series appearance after clinching the Region 3 title. The team will travel to Greenville, Tennessee tomorrow for the World Series. Before I turn it over to the coaches, I wanted to present tonight's first award. Our first award is one of the most important awards we give out in athletics. At NCCC, we stress academics and athletics, and this award is given to the team with the highest GPA for the 2020-2021 academic year. The winner of this award, with a team GPA of 3.19, is the women's soccer team. Now, let's hear from our coaches.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Matakash. I'm the head coach for women's volleyball here at Niagara County Community College. And this year was by far the craziest year that we have ever had, myself, the coaches, and the players. We practiced in the fall to have 4 games in the spring. And, at least they had something. At least there was something that the girls looked forward to. They could wear the uniforms. They were doing the whole games. They were doing everything. Some of our highlights were our one game. All of our games were against Erie, but this was the biggest one. I believe it was game number 2. We ended up taking them to 4 games. And sophomore Jen Myers, who was one of our all-region players, had the match of her life for us. She was the catalyst. She brought everything together. She brought everyone together, and it really just changed the dynamic of the game. There was nothing that could stop her, and it was just outstanding. And that was a huge highlight for us to be able to play with them. Along with that, we had 2 other all-region players, our sophomore Sarah Syracuse and freshman Gianna Smalley, who stepped on that court like she had been playing for us for 6 years. It was wonderful. With that being said, we'd like to introduce our Coaches Award winner. This girl, she tried the hardest out of everybody. She was always early. She was always ready to play no matter what, whether she was having a good day, a bad day, and never came onto the court. And she was more excited about her teammates than she was about her own successes. And that is Alyssa Winstanley. Our MVP this year goes to sophomore Sarah Syracuse. She stepped up and she did amazing. She went from just a back row player her freshman year to becoming our starting setter, and she was putting balls up and changing flow like she had been setting her entire life. It was outstanding. You can't find a player like that is that athletic, that can just listen to what a coach says and apply it. Every coach wants that, and we were so excited to see her successes, and that is also why she was our region player of the year.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Hunter. I came on as the women's head coach for women's soccer. This season was definitely interesting, to say the least. I'll keep this short and sweet, just like our season. But girls, thank you so much for coming out and playing. We've got 2 goals. Kelsey made 1,000,000 saves. Thank you, Kelsey. And we stuck together as a team. That's what's most important. I'm looking forward to next season and how positive the experience will be with many more players, new faces, new skills, and new teams to beat. Thank you, girls, for everything you've given, and hopefully see you next year. This year's Coaches Award goes to Robin, mostly because she was an amazing player, always stayed positive, and did all the clothing for us, our pants, our shirts. She designed them. Her sister actually did all the artwork on them. So thank you so much for stepping forward and taking care of that for me. Thank you, Robin. And for our MVP, Kelsey. As our goalkeeper, you did amazing. You put your body on the line through thick and thin, through injuries and everything. Thank you so much. On behalf of the team, Kelsey is our MVP because she made 1,500,000 saves. Good job, Kelsey. Good luck on all your endeavors in the future.
Hello, my name is Kenneth Fosahini. I'm the head men's soccer coach at Niagara County Community College. This is my second year in the job. This year we had a fantastic year, going 4-2, having our first winning record since 2006. We're very happy with the progress that we've made collectively as a group and a staff, and we hope to keep striving on to next year. My coach's award is David Riley. David was a leader throughout, showed up on time to practice, and really led the group from a player standpoint, which was really helpful. The MVP this year is Tavia Stewart. He was our biggest offensive weapon going forward. He led the team in goals and assists.
Nate Butel, Niagara County Community College head women's basketball coach. Really excited about this past season. We were able to win our 3rd straight Region 3 championship. This group just showed a ton of toughness, grit, perseverance. A lot of crazy things that happened, from being able to start practice back in August, never really knowing when our first game would be, to finally reaching that point and then having to play 10 games in 15 days. This group just kept fighting, just kept coming every single day, and we're able to come out with an 8-5 record, that 3rd straight regional crown, and a trip in the district championship game. So couldn't be more proud of them as a whole. We did have some individual standouts this past season. We had the Region 3 Player of the Year, also an NJCAA 3rd Team All-American, Elena Forbes, sophomore guard, 16 points a game. Then we had another first team all-region choice, freshman Gabby McDuffie, led us actually in several offensive categories. And then we had sophomore guard Taylor Lockwood, a good two-way player that also received a first team all-region nod. A lot of depth on this team. We couldn't have done it without contributions from every single one of the kids on our roster. Our program's obviously turned the corner the last few years, and we're looking to continue that trend and try to fight for a 4th straight title and try to continue to make waves at not only the regional level but also the national level with an improved schedule next season and a tremendous recruiting class joining our core of returning players. So really excited about the future of women's basketball here at NCCC. Our MVP from this past season is going to be freshman Gabby McDuffie. Gabby received first team All-Region honors like I mentioned before. She also was named to the World Exposure Report's All-American team. She led us with 18 points a game, 11 rebounds a game, and 4 steals per game. She's a true two-way player. She can play both ends of the floor. She's a strong slasher, really bright future, here at NCCC and even beyond there. Really excited to see her continue to grow. Our MVP, Gabby McDuffie. And then our most improved player for the 2020-2021 season for women's basketball is going to be freshman Alyssa Backer. Alyssa's minutes constantly went up as the season wore on. She gave a lot of contributions on both ends of the floor. We could trust her to kind of lock down people defensively, and she turned into our top three-point shooting threat, leading the team at 39% from the three-point line. Big strides in her game. Look forward to see her continue to improve in the future. Our most improved player, Alyssa Backer.
Coach Bill Beeline here of the men's Niagara County Thunderwolves basketball program. Appreciate everyone in their virtual attendance tonight. Our 2021 men's basketball team not only are conference champions, but I know now that they are survivors. They survived dead periods, pauses, restarts, mouth swabs, nasal attacks, 10-hour bus trips, game on, game off. They had to endure all of that mentally. You survived 10-hour bus trips. You survived Clem. You survived Robert. You survived Auntie Ray. You survived Gary. You survived Cardi. And you definitely survived Kai. I'm so proud of these guys and our coaching staff as well. Our coaching staff, Nick Seppi, did a great job pulling this roster together and really helping out in the recruiting aspect. Coach Brown did an amazing job all year long about leading us defensively and producing just amazing scouts all year long. And then I have to give a big shout out to Miles Cates, who was our manager, who's been our best manager that we've ever had here in my 13 years. The season went well, 11-4. Western New York WINAC champions, winner over Jamestown in about a 40-point blowout. So really proud of how everything went that way. I could really go on and on about all the obstacles that we had to face this year, but I won't. I'll leave it to be what our record is. Really proud of this team and the effort that they put in all year long. For this year's Coaches Award, it's someone that, in my eyes, grew more than any other player this year, and just his transition from his first semester here, where he was here under a team that was another conference championship, and found his way around that team, and some of the things that he learned from that group. He came in this year with that mindset that I'm going to make the extra practices, I'm going to put in the extra work. There was phone calls, there was text messages. He was here on a daily basis, just trying to get the extra work in to make improvements for himself. Anytime I asked this young man to do anything, from helping out with laundry, helping out with the manager, he was always there, he was always caring. As a basketball player, he averaged 10 points per contest in about 18 minutes. He averaged 5 rebounds per game, shot an amazing 51% field goal percentage, and 38% from the three-point line. Our Coaches Award this year for the 2021 season goes to Adam Bibi Husseini. The 2021 men's basketball MVP can be described as a Tasmanian devil, probably on lots of Red Bull, overly competitive, always bringing energy, always being loud in the gym. You know his presence is there as soon as you get to a practice. This young man, I asked him to do a lot this year. A lot of things were just character things. We asked him to lead this group of young men and a new team with skills that maybe he wasn't that comfortable with. He always knows the right thing that's going on, but he might not say it in the right way. But this young man became an MVP for us, not only because he averaged 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists per game, but just because how he stepped up as a leader every single day. This young man brought it. I think he changed his character. He won me over. He entertains me all day long. I wish him the best of luck as he chooses what school to go to next. He shot at 45%, 47% field goal percentage and 34% from three-point land. But his uncanny ability to make the little plays, to always be there for the details and call it as it is. I'm proud of you. Our MVP this year goes to Kylie White.
Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Oleski. I'm the head club ice hockey coach here at Niagara County Community College. The 2020-21 season was different than anyone I've ever been a part of before. The COVID-19 pandemic really took its toll on some of this stuff. Not being certain that you're going to even be able to play one single game all year makes it a bit difficult as a coach as well as for the players. My players, they pay a lot of money to play. It costs a lot. It takes a lot of their time. COVID testing week in, week out to be able to participate is a task on its own, let alone showing up for practice and putting in 100% every day, not knowing that you're going to be able to play a game. So I really want to give credit to the players, first of all, for putting in the hard work, trusting that there would be a season come the spring. As well as my coaches, my assistants, Andrew Harris and Kevin Bietto. Can't thank those guys enough, coming in and running things if I'm a little late or, just assisting with practice and game day types of stuff. So I thank those guys as well. When we did get to have a season in about late December, early January, it was deemed we could start playing games come the spring. Unfortunately for us, only 3 schools, ourselves, Buffalo State and Canisius College, were willing to play ice hockey. Just with different school rules, COVID rules, state rules, we were the only teams that were willing to play. So we did a little shortened 4-game season. We played a home and home with both of those schools. We started the season on the road against Buffalo State, and with a short roster because of COVID, they took it to us pretty good. But we decided we played them the next week and we bounced back, taking the home game against them. And then we had a home and home with Canisius, went over to their place and lost by a couple goals in a game we outplayed them, but finished strong with a 5-4 overtime victory at our home rink to cap off the season. My 2021 MVP is sophomore Cam King. Cam was a guy that was the first guy into the locker room and onto the ice every single day for practice, and pretty much the last guy off the ice every day after practice. He really took to the rink this year. He understood that he was a really good player, and I think it just dawned on him all at once. And he's very skilled. He plays both ends of the rink. He flies up and down the wing. Speed is something you cannot teach for the most part in hockey, and he is blessed with that. And he scored a lot of big goals for us in the handful of games that we had. And I was really happy with what he did, elevating everyone else's play around him this season. The 2020-2021 Rookie of the Year is freshman Jason Cucci. Jason came to us from the combined school, Roy Hart, Medina, Barker, playing defense, actually. He was a defenseman. He scored a lot of points for them. And we asked him to come in kind of uncertain with what we actually wanted to do with him. And we were short on guys up front, and he played one of the 2 center spots that we had and logged a ton of minutes. Jason's just a workhorse. He skates up and down the ice. wants the puck all the time, willing to take the hits to make the plays, willing to give the hits to get the puck back, and just loves the game. This kid, he's got a bright future ahead of him. I can't wait to see what he does next year when we get a full season under our belts. I really think that he's got the ability to take the next step and provide himself as a captain of the team, and really help us try and get back to another championship season like we had in 2019-2020. The sky's the limit for this kid. I really think he's ready to take the next step, and he is my 21 Rookie of the Year.
The 2021 season was a huge success. We went undefeated in dual meets for the second time in program history, going 6-0 on the season. We won our 24th team regional title. We also had 7 individual Region 3 champions: Matt Ash, Zach Ash, Nick Volker, David Crow, Tommy Berner, Stephen Liebler, and Joshua Tebow. Unfortunately, at the national tournament, several guys came up just a little bit short. Without wrestling the tournament the whole year and only having 6 dual meets and 0 tournaments, I think as the national tournament went on and it became their 5th match of the day, and so on and so forth, fatigue started setting in. But at the end of the day, it was a great shortened season for us. Our Coaches Award this year is going to go to Jacob Mancuso. Jacob did an awesome job helping out in practices and was a great team leader for us. Our most outstanding wrestler goes to Joshua Tebow. Josh had a 3.93 GPA, is a 2-time national qualifier, a tremendous team leader who always led by example, always one of the hardest workers in the room. And Josh will also be continuing his education and wrestling career at a 4-year school. Congratulations, Josh.
Hi, I'm Nate Butel, the head softball coach here at Niagara County Community College. This past spring, we were able to come up with an 11-7 record, which is one of the best seasons in recent history for softball here at NCCC. We were actually able to finish second in the region's Western Division to host a postseason series for the first time in a heck of a long time. So this group's got a lot to be proud of, and it really started back in the fall, when they worked their butts off, during the September and October period, and were able to accumulate 11 wins in the fall, really make some strides, and then we made it pay off in the spring. We actually had the highest batting average that we've ever had here in our time at NCCC. We hit .375 for a team. Really proud of them for that. Individually, we had Jordan Dixon, who was a second-team All-Region choice, hit .492. In the leadoff spot and pitcher for us as well. A couple girls that I feel like should have made All-Region and kind of got snubbed a little bit. Lydia Serrano and Michaela Montez both hit .512, led our team in batting average. They deserve a lot of recognition as well. Our program's on the uptrend. Okay, we've improved this season, and we've got some of the best players in Niagara County and Erie County, for that matter, coming in next year. Really excited about the direction this program's headed. Our first co-MVP for this past season is going to be Lydia Serrano. I just mentioned her .512 batting average. She also led the team in victories on the mound. She had 8 wins in the circle for us. She led the team in ERA. She also led the squad in doubles. Really a dual threat kid that can get it done pitching and at the plate. Our second co-MVP is Jordan Dixon, second-team All-Region performer, true freshman for us. She batted leadoff, led us in on-base percentage and walks, what a good leadoff hitter should do, and did a great job on the circle as well. Lefty, won 3 games for us. And again, you aren't successful as a team without the individual successes of your pitchers in softball. And so that's why Lydia and Jordan are great choices for co-MVP.
My name is Matthew Oleski, and I'm the head golf coach here at NCCC. The 2021 golf season was short but sweet. We only got to play in 6 regular season tournaments, just starting a few months back. We finished with 3 wins and 3 runner-up finishes. We won team tournaments at Mohawk Valley Community College, SUNY Adirondack, and we won our home invitational for the 5th consecutive year. On the women's side of things, we had our individual woman, Emily Nydrower, play in 5 of the 6 tournaments, winning 4 of those. The real highlight to the 2021 season came at the Region 3 tournament at the Turning Stone Resort. We had Cameron Swakis finish 9th overall at the tournament. Fred Waterman finished 6th overall at the tournament. Sam Hyman finished 5th overall at the tournament. And Murphy Lang was our first ever Region 3 men's medalist at the tournament. That allowed us to take the Region 3 championship as a team, making us back-to-back Region 3 champions. My 2021 MVP is Sam Hyman. Sam was the second lowest scoring average in the regular season at 80. He won tournaments at Mohawk Valley and was tied for first at SUNY Adirondack, as well as our home tournament, losing in a match of cards. As said before, Sam is a first-team All-Region player, finishing 5th at the NJCAA Region 3 tournament. And Sam will be taking his talents to Ave Maria University, about 15-20 minutes outside of Naples, Florida, and he will be playing in the top NAIA golf conference in the USA. So Sam Hyman is my 2021 MVP. The 2021 women's MVP is Emily Nydrower. Emily was the top scoring average in the women's division, shooting a hair under 92 for the regular season. She was the runner-up at the Region 3 Women's Championship, and she has had 4 individual wins. She won tournaments at Mohawk Valley, she won at SUNY Adirondack, she won at Jamestown, and she won at Jefferson Community College. Highlights for Emily really could go from top to bottom. She was the best player in the women's division all year long. She fired an awesome 87 at the Jamestown tournament in about 40-mile-an-hour winds and about 35-degree weather. That was the most impressive round of the year, in my opinion. And as said before, the 2021 women's MVP is Emily Nydrower.
The season this year has been a special season. I knew that all along. You know, even though with the adversity of COVID, I told our athletic director, Amanda Hasley, that this team had something special in them, and it led to a miracle season for us, an unbelievable comeback. We'll start there this weekend in Little Falls in the regionals. We were down 9-5 with 4 innings left and ended up walking it off, bases loaded, to win 11-10. And with that being said, wins and losses are always great, but the real wins are when we move our student athletes here onto different levels. Kale Brazier's going to full scholarship to Tiffin. Cole Liskowski's going on a full scholarship to Lenore Rye. David Sturpey's going to Mount St. Mary's Division I. Joey Battaglia's deciding this week between Division I and Division II. And then some of our pitchers, Ryan Peterson, Chad Gartland, and Dylan Crowley, the big 3 for us, are all moved on to George Mason Division I in Virginia. And then Scotty O'Brien has been a tremendous player. He was a regional MVP. He's a first-teamer. I think by the end of the season he'll probably be an All-American. probably some MLB draft looks as well, and he's deciding between 10 Division I schools as well. And with that being said, some of the other freshmen, Andrew Fairbrother was an all-conference, all-region player. Scotty O'Brien was an all-conference, all-region, and Cale Brazier and Chad Gartland were as well. So we racked up a little bit of the awards this year, and now onto my coach's award. My coach's awards is, I don't think of it as just a award. I think of it as a guy that does everything for the team and meets our definition of family. Was forget about me, I love you. And this year's coach's award goes to Cale Brazier. On the field, he's been, whenever we've needed him, he's came up with clutch hits. He's our team captain. He's took the grunt of my yelling at times, and I've been extremely hard on him, harder than I ever been on anybody else this year, because I see a lot of potential in him, and I'm looking forward to the career he's going to have at Tiffin, and I think there's going to be more at the tunnel after Tiffin as well. My MVP this year, there could be a lot of guys, but unfortunately, pitching's obviously our strong suit, but this guy's came up with big hits, big game-winning plays in center field. He goes and gets the baseball. He's a tremendous player. I think he's helped us a lot with clutch hits, and with his defense helped us be ranked in the country on one of the coaches' polls at 3rd, and in the other NGCA poll at 7th in the country. Our MVP goes to Scotty O'Brien. He's has a .479 batting average, 6 home runs. He's leading the country in doubles and triples and stolen bases with 35. So with those 3 categories, there's no doubt in my mind that he's an MVP type player, and I think there's better things for him to come too. We're going down to Tennessee to the Junior College World Series this weekend. We're expecting big things out of Scotty, again, to carry us and help us get there. And he's got, like I said, the Oakland A's have had interest on him, the Cincinnati Reds and Arizona Diamondbacks in the major league standpoint, and he has offers from Jackson State, Division I, George Mason, VCU, Binghamton, and Bryant, and Canisius College, Division I. And I think he'll make a decision sometime after this World Series in Tennessee this weekend.
Congratulations to all of our award recipients this far. Before we get into our Thunderwolves awards, I wanted to take a moment to thank the very people who make NCCC athletics possible. First, I would like to thank College President Bill Morabito and Vice President for Student Services Julia Pittman. Their dedication to NCCC athletics is unwavering. And on behalf of the coaches and myself, we would like to acknowledge our support staff, Sherry Dunn, and our athletic trainer, Henry Luzak, for always embracing all of our craziness. And lastly, I would like to thank our coaching staff. First, to our volunteer and assistant coaches. You guys are amazing. The support and dedication you unselfishly give to our head coaches and student athletes on a daily basis is above and beyond. And then to our head coaches. You all know how incredibly blessed I think our student athletes, department, and college community are to have you. Your commitment and dedication to NCCC is second to none, especially during this pandemic. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Up next are the Thunderwolves Awards, which are presented to an individual, team, club, or group that had an outstanding accomplishment, volunteerism, or culmination of a career or retirement. The highest individual athletic honor a student athlete at NCCC can earn is NJCAA All-American status. This prestigious award is bestowed upon only the best and the brightest through their competition or the votes of the individual sport committees. NCCC has had 2 All-Americans already named so far in 2020-2021. Elena Forbes was named to the NJCAA Women's Basketball Division II All-American Third Team. And Kylie White was named to the NJCAA Men's Basketball Division II All-American Third Team.
Hello everyone, I'm your Vice President of Student Services, Julia Pittman. I am here to present the Female and Male Athlete of the Year Award. These awards are presented to female and male athletes who have attained excellence during their time in a Thunderwolves uniform. The Female Athlete of the Year is awarded to a young woman that has attained excellence during her time in a Thunderwolves uniform. This sophomore helped NCCC to back-to-back regional championships on the hardwood over the past 2 seasons. A 2-time all-regional selection, she has netted nearly 600 points in her brief 2-year career. This past season, the shooting guard was also named Region 3 Player of the Year, an NJCAA Division II Third Team All-American, and a Third Team All-American by World Exposure Report. A dual major in sport management and health studies, she will return to NCCC in the fall with plans to earn a scholarship at the 4-year level. The 2021 Female Athlete of the Year is women's basketball standout Elena Forbes. The Male Athlete of the Year is awarded to a young man that has attained excellence while donning the royal gold and black here at NCCC. This sophomore led NCCC to its first Region 3 championship on the hardwood since 2017, this past winter. The point guard led the Thunderwolves in every major offensive category, including points, rebounds, and assists, on his way to first team all-region honors. He was also named Region 3 Player of the Year and an NJCAA Division II Third Team All-American. He is considering a handful of NCAA Division II and NAIA scholarship offers to continue his hoops career. The 2021 Male Athlete of the Year is men's basketball standout Kylie White.
The President's Cup is the most distinguished award within NCCC intercollegiate athletics. The award is presented to a sophomore who has been enrolled at NCCC for at least 3 full semesters and completed 45 hours with a minimum of 3.0 GPA. The scholar athlete must have been a vital member of the teams he or she competed on for at least 2 complete seasons. This sophomore has excelled on and off the diamond. This spring, the Southpaw has put together the most dominant seasons in NJCAA history, currently sitting atop the national rankings in wins 9, complete games 7, and has an earned run average below 1.0. He was recently selected as a first-team all-region pitcher, led NCCC to its first national title since 2017, and is likely headed for more distinguished national honors next month. The team captain also holds a 3.84 GPA in liberal arts and sciences and is signed a national letter of intent to continue his education and baseball career at NCAA Division I George Mason University in Virginia. The 2021 President's Cup recipient is baseball standout Ryan Peterson.
That concludes our awards banquet. Congratulations again to all of the recipients and best of luck to our teams still competing.